The time has almost come for you and I to show the whole world just what we can do together. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, unboxing time is here. Easton Press Day today, if you know what I mean. I ordered a signed book from Easton Press directly from the good folks at Easton Press. And this is a book that I didn't even know existed, honestly. I knew the book existed. I didn't know there was a signed version of this book. I bought a while back from Suntup Editions, Neuromancer. I've got a couple videos on that. If you ever want to check it out, can you see what I'm talking about there? Neuromancer, I've got a signed edition that's signed by William Gibson. It was a PC copy. I bought it. It came in the mail as deep discount. It came in the mail real cheap. Came in the mail. It had a signature page. It wasn't signed by William Gibson, I assumed. Well, it's not supposed to. It was a dinged copy, they called it. And it turns out Paul Suntup, who owns the company, sent me a message saying, "Shoot, I saw your video. I can't believe the book wasn't signed. It's supposed to be." So he sent me a replacement copy of the book. No extra cost, no extra charge. Said keep the one you got. Here's a signed copy en route. And that was my first William Gibson signed anything. First signature from the author. So I don't want to be lecturous and spoilerous and all that kind of stuff. But there's a book called Neuromancer out there that gets a lot of praise for basically creating a subgenre, which I can't even think of what you call that subgenre. Can you? Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Sounds good. I've heard that before. Created a subgenre and obviously inspired in many ways the movie The Matrix. Now they're very different in terms of story. Obviously, The Matrix is not a movie version of Neuromancer, but you can see there's a lot of inspiration involved in The Matrix from Neuromancer. Anyway, I was snooping around on Easton Press website, and I found that they had signed copies of Neuromancer, signed by the author, William Gibson. $111. Somehow, I don't know what the caveats were, but the shipping was free. And today, something like 2 weeks later, it came in the mail. I've got a box with a book in it, and books are not supposed to be in boxes. They're supposed to be on my shelves. So I got to get this book out of the box. I've got a couple ideas on how to do it, and let's see. You can watch along with me on how to get a book out of a box. Some people use some tools. I use this tool. Let's see what we got here. I was snooping around on their website looking because somebody recommended it. They had a different book, and it was a signed copy as well. And you may or may not see that one, or maybe you may or may not have already seen that one. I don't know. But I got that one. And this one came in the mail today. I saw this and said, holy cow, they got signed copies of Neuromancer. I want one. I've already got a Suntup edition. I want an Easton Press edition. And this one, to me, looks great. I took it out of the box, as you can see. This one looks awesome. Easton Press is a publisher that has a lot of uniformity in their publishings. If you're watching this video, there's a chance that you're an Easton Press collector. I don't know. But you see they got a lot of uniformity, a lot of similar traits from book to book to book. With a discerning eye, you'll see a lot of differences between each and every one of them. And this one is one that is much more different than a lot of the other publishings from Easton Press in terms of the artwork. Very book-specific artwork, and you see here the thing that excited me, signed edition. This one is signed by the author. And that's what she looked like. Let's get it out of shrink wrap, because shrink wrap is not for books on the shelf. Shrink wrap is for everything up to that point when you want to shelve something. I like to be able to get my hands on my book. A lot of people A lot of people like to keep the books in the shrink wrap. It keeps the dust off the book. Maybe it protects it from this, that, or the other. I've opened books, old books from the 90s that were housed in shrink wrap for 20 something years and saw foxing or discolorations on the page ends and things like that. So I don't know if that's what caused it or if it was their storage. Now, I've had books in shrink wrap for many years that weren't damaged as well. But anyway, I open mine up. I don't leave them in the wrap. If I should ever decide to sell a book, I don't have a problem with selling a book that's not in shrink wrap. It doesn't bother me in the least. When I buy a used book, I don't have to have one that's new and sealed in packaging and all that stuff, because as soon as I get the mug, I'm going to open it up anyway. I want to look and see. One time, I had a book in shrink wrap, and I opened that book up 8 years later, 7 years later, only to find out it was missing the signature page that was supposed to be in there. No signature page at all. Now, luckily, that was from a very reputable publisher that took care of me. All these years later, they took care of me. I said, holy cow. And they said, okay, we can help you this time. Luckily, we can help you with this one. And they were able to get me a replacement 5, 6, 7 years later. I don't remember exactly how long it was now. But it's not always going to work out that well. Open it up, check it out, put it on the shelf, take care of stuff when it's on the shelf. But back to the book. I love this one. This one looks so grand, so beautiful. It is a book that needs to be on my shelves. Now, let's take a look and see what's inside. For Easton Press lovers, you know this again. We got 22 karat gold gilt page edges. You got a built-in ribbon bookmark that's going to be in, as far as I know, every Easton Press publication ever made from the beginning of time up until this point. All right, it comes including some stuff, so we'll take a little pause and see what kind of cool stuff they included in our book. And set this here. The very first one, a note about Neuromancer and the author, William Gibson. It's a thick cardstock, and I can't guarantee it, but it feels like a letterpressed card. It feels it feels rough, like it's a letterpress printing. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say letterpress printing. If I'm wrong, let me know. Just be nice. I can't handle rejection. If there's one thing I can't stand, if there's one thing in this world that I hate, it's somebody telling you you're wrong and being an all about it. Be nice to people, man. Oh, okay. Sorry. Rant over. But here's what we got. A thick cardstock, almost like a business card. Feels like letterpress printing. Let me get a line out of here. The only first novel to win the Nebula and Hugo Awards, and the only novel to win both those and the Philip K. Dick Award, William Gibson's Neuromancer launched the Cyberpunk movement. That's what I was trying to think of earlier, and that's what you told me. I was listening, I believed you, and you were right. Launched the Cyberpunk movement. Anyway, there we go. Cool little deal. It's going to go in the book, stay there for as long as I own the book, and maybe even longer. And then it comes with a certificate of authenticity dated June 25th, 2019, signed by William Gibson and witnessed by somebody else. I don't see their name printed. I can't read it. And then also signed by Jeffrey P. O'Neill, publisher, Easton Press. So, there's my certificate of authenticity, signed by William Gibson. So I paid $111, free shipping. I had to pay Florida state sales tax. I got me a book, and I got me a signed COA. So let's go back in here. Our end papers in the Easton Press book. There's more than one type, but this is a common type. I don't know how you describe it. It's a rough surface. Listen. That's what it is. That's the end papers. Whatever that is that makes that sound, it's that stuff. Right up front is our signature page. This leather-bound edition of Neuromancer is personally signed by... Can you see that? William Gibson. There we go. Now, I don't know about artwork included in this edition. Here's our... Can you see that? Just for the heck of it. Maybe you want to see that page. I always like that page. It tells me, feels official to me. A signed collector's edition bound in genuine leather. The Easton Press, Norwalk, Connecticut. Now, I don't know, I was saying before you interrupted me, I don't know about artwork included in this particular publication. So I'm going to let my fingers do the walking and see if I can thumb through and find any pictures in here. And so far, I'm not seeing any images, any pictures. Midnight in the Rue Jules Verne. I don't see any artwork in here. So what I have is a leather-bound signed book with 22 karat gold gilt page edges and a built-in ribbon bookmark and no interior artwork whatsoever. If you're not familiar with Easton Press books and you first get one and you feel the pages inside, it's not your mama's trade hardcover. It's different and it's nice. They got nice books. I don't go out and buy every Easton Press book I can find, but I have bought quite a few of them. They've published a lot of books that I love, and the ones that I love I put on the list of books I want to get. And at some point, if I get the opportunity at the right time and the right price, and I got the right amount of moolah and expendable income, then I'll pick them up. Like I said, I got quite a few different authors. I don't have a lot of signed editions, but I've got a few, and they're very nice. I like the certificate of authenticity. It's a nice little touch, adds a little bit of something interesting and something to keep with the book, a keepsake of sorts. And all in all, I love this edition, this publication. It's going to look good on my shelf. Maybe before they sell out, you should get one for your shelf, because at some point the William Gibson signed Easton Press editions are going to be out of stock, and you're going to have to go on eBay or something like that and buy it. And I venture to guess you're going to pay more than $111 plus tax and all that jazz to get the book at that point. So if you want one, go buy one now while you can get it from Easton Press. I'm gonna go out on a limb and vouch for them. I got a couple books from them directly and a bunch of books on the secondary market. They make good stuff. I like it. It's nice. Can't think of any other lies to tell. So, c'est la vie, baby.
Good morning. Hi. Look at you. Look at you all ready to be loved on.